Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And this is the book that I'll be reading from, Gurus for Hire, Enlightenment for Sale, an insider's guide into the relationship between spiritual teachers, students, and centers. This is by my guru, His Eminence the 25th Samtuku Rinpoche. And I'll be reading on protocol, page 153. And as usual, before that, I will share a picture with you. And this is of Rinpoche, together with the Panong Kutan, the seventh Panong Kutan, who is under trance of Doji Shukten. Protocol, page 153. What is protocol? The religious protocol that we follow in a Dharma center is not just about protocol or forcing a culture down someone's throat. It is about learning a system of creating the karmic causes to receive teachings. This system would have been long established and agreed upon by a majority in monasteries, temples, or religious institutions and traditions as a way to help us create an affinity and bring benefit to ourselves and others. Once we learn and understand the reasoning behind the protocol, then the merit is double. If there is a systematic way we can borrow that, it is the same for all the places where people are following the teachings of Buddhism. We teach the people protocol first, such as prostrations, making offerings, serving the guru, etc., so they will understand as the teachings come along how they might collect merit in very simple ways. In time, I'm sure Malaysia and other countries around the world will develop their own unique way to do the same things with the same purpose. For example, the Tibetan tradition of offering katas was not practiced by the original Indian Buddhists. In India, they scattered flowers on the teacher's head and gave flower garlands to the teachers as an offering to show respect and love. Tibet did not have flowers because the land was dry. They cannot fly in flowers from other countries, so they offer pure white katas as a replacement for flower garlands instead. Protocol can change with culture, but the motivation and purpose stay the same. Nothing I say is hard and fast, but we are now in an interim period where things are being poured out from Tibet into the world. While we are pouring it, we are using a Tibetan container. That container can change, but the substance, the Dharma, stays the same. Making offerings. Buddhism, as it has been since Buddha's time, operates on the basis that we do not teach unless requested. We do not force someone into Dharma practice or wrongly tempt them into Dharma unless they are willing. The basic belief is that if they do not have the karmic affinity, then even if they enter the Dharma, they are not really practicing Dharma. It can even be detrimental. That form a dilemma. During Buddha's time, before Buddha started speaking, nobody knew what to ask, what to request, or what to say. They did not even know they were suffering. Following the principles of all past Buddhas, where they cannot teach unless requested, the Buddha emanated into the audience. He had students who were part of him, who would request the appropriate teachings, do the prostrations, and make the appropriate offerings to set an example to others. What would a mendicant monk like Lord Buddha, who lived in the forest, wandered and begged for his food, and kept no possessions, expect a few monk's items, want with offerings? Why would he want to emanate as a student to make offerings to himself, to show that other students should make offerings to him? Even when Buddha received the offerings, he gave them away immediately. He has shown us, therefore, that the practice of making offerings is definitely something that benefits the requester and not the recipients. It is by Buddha's own methods during his lifetime that people are still able to make a connection with an enlightened being, even until today. The best way is by making offerings of flowers, rice, precious metals, precious items, or whatever is within the person's capacity and means. We make offerings in order to make a connection with the enlightened being and to create the merit with which the teachings can be supported. And hence, one of the 6 parameters is giving or generosity. This is why we make offerings to the 3 jewels every single day. Buddha predicted that in the future, when I'm not around, making offerings to the images that represent an enlightened being will be equivalent to making them to an enlightened being directly. In the future, I will emanate. I will appear as your Dharma teachers. Making offerings to your Dharma teachers will be equivalent to making offerings to me. Now, that can be misconstrued. Twisted people can run around and say things like that without any explanation and trick people. However, what Buddha said can have 2 meanings. Firstly, it can mean that some Dharma teachers actually are enlightened, so making offerings to them automatically creates a lot of merit. Secondly, there are some teachers who look like they are not enlightened, but who we are supposed to visualize as an enlightened being in order to receive larger benefit. We can make offerings out of appreciation as a token of our gratitude or for sustenance to take care of our teacher. All those motivations for making offerings are good, but the real reason for making offerings is for us to create the propensity to receive the Dharma and to achieve the Dharma. Offerings should be done without expectations. Needless to say, a real Dharma being or a Buddha would not expect offerings. They would not be excited about it. They would not look forward to it. And they would never use or enact any of their knowledge or do anything just to receive offerings. They would not see offerings as praise, gratitude, or thanks. They would see it as an object to transform immediately into an offerings to the 3 jewels on behalf of the giver. There is a lot of complex meditation involved in receiving and taking offerings. A proper object of offering, a person who does not need to make any prayers in return when they receive an offering, is a Buddha or a Bodhisattva. By their very being, everything positive we do towards them automatically generates merits. When we make offerings to a fully ordained monk who keeps his vows or to an arhat, we automatically collect merit, but the recipient must do dedications and prayers in return. If not, it is equivalent to swallowing hot lava. Anyone below that, which includes me, has to be very careful with people's offerings. There are karmic repercussions. For example, I'm definitely not a qualified being. I would think I am not an object of offerings in any way. But people do make offerings to me, and so that their offerings, effort, money, and all the love and care that they have given into gifts are not wasted, I make sure that I offer it up to the 3 jewels. For me, any offering is an offering. I do not think of it as anything more. I think of it as an object to help the giver create a stronger connection to the Dharma. Sometimes I go to different stores and I meet a nice salesperson. They know nothing about Dharma, but they simply like me and want to give me an extra little gift. When I receive that gift, I think of it as their only link to the Dharma. I hold on to it, take it home, and make offerings to the 3 jewels for that person. I may never meet them again, but at least I have something of theirs that they have given to me, and I make an offering for them to have some connection to the Buddhas. It may be subtle and small, but it is better than just thinking it is for me, me, me. It is much better than me. It creates awareness and it benefits them. Even if the benefit is that small, it piles up because when we keep thinking about it, we will develop a mind that can benefit people. We will develop into being that eventual into a being that eventually becomes a proper object of offering when people make offerings to us. Requesting for teachings. As the 50 verses on Guru devotion explains, when there are specific teachings we would like to receive from our gurus, we should make proper offerings. It is subjective how much we should offer. With great reverence and great respect, we fold our hands, make 3 prostrations, offer a kata, and request for the teachings. Whether the Guru gives us the teachings immediately, later, or he never gives them at all, we should remember that our request is not wasted. Once we make our request, we have created the karma to receive those teachings somehow when we are ready. We do not sit there and say, well, I requested for a teaching. I offered the kata, I gave him a bag of fruits, and I'm still not getting the teachings. I'm moving to another center. See you later. The most important ingredient of requesting and getting a teaching is to ask ourselves if we are practicing all the teachings we have received before. If we are not practicing all the other teachings that we have been getting, why are we requesting for more? If we have taken one big bite of a sandwich and we are chewing it, would we take another bite? The teacher may have given us something simple to recite every day. If we cannot even do that, how strong is our conviction? On the other hand, it is almost silly to say we are not ready to do more practice, so we do not request teachings. That would be just another excuse and hide away. If the committee of the Dharma Center wishes to request teachings, they should have a meeting to talk about what they need, what they are ready for, and what they are not ready for. Then they request for a teaching. When they request for a teaching, it is not to request with the assumption that the teacher will give them, the guru would give it to them. They should request with humility. After we receive the teachings, or after we take vows of refuge, we should make 3 prostrations to say thank you, to collect merits, and to show our submission to what we have learned. If someone have a physical disability and cannot prostrate, folding our hands is good enough. Public teachings. When the guru goes to another place, when the guru goes to other places, we should be very organized and have everything prepared for the guru to just show up and give teachings, and he leaves when he finishes. Everything else in between should be prepared and done. We must think, what do we want our guru to do? Give teachings or be the agent? We have to think of what impression it will leave on other people. The guru should never be seen or heard before and after the teachings. The guru should never have to talk about anything other than what the guru is talking about right now. He should only talk about the Dharma. That is why we promote our guru. In order for the guru to focus on the Dharma, we must make everything else easy so that he can give Dharma to the people. Then people will be attracted to the Dharma, and eventually they will also support the Guru, the Dharma Center, and his work. Everything should be well prepared for Dharma teachings. The committee and organizers must arrange the itinerary for the Guru. Make arrangements, talk to other parties who are involved, let the appropriate people in the center know what is going on, and let everybody know the schedule so they can rejoice, be happy, and keep up to date. Once we have made arrangement with the other people, we should go to the venue and check it out to see what needs to be set up, what materials needs to be there, what is allowed and appropriate. How we get set up before the guru comes will give others an impression of what kind of guru is coming. How we set up for the teachings and how we treat our guru is how much in turn they will respect the Dharma being taught by the guru. We should make sure the things like clothes, robes, and transport for our guru is arranged, so the guru just shows up and teaches. A driver should be provided and a place to change clothes if possible. The students, friends, supporters, and sponsors should arrive before the Guru, announce his arrival, and escort him in when he arrives. If the Guru comes in and sets up everything for himself, takes the phone numbers down, has a snack and a cigarette with the people, and then comes in grandly with his robes and announces, "Hi, I'm Rinpoche," it will look like a scam. We should also talk very nicely about protocols to the people attending the teachings. Even if they do not fully understand the mechanics of it at first, it will still be very good to tell them about it because many people would like to respect and follow tradition. If they can follow it, that would be fabulous. If they do not, it is still okay. We did our part to explain it to them. If they do not follow protocol, it does not mean they do not deserve Dharma. If they do not want to prostrate, they do not have to prostrate. If they do not want to offer a kata because they find it looks strange, they do not have to. If we explain nicely and confidently, there will be no problem. Then, after the Guru gives a Dhamma discourse, what do you want him to do? Pass out his business cards? Call his assistants and hook up? B. Throw his cards to the crowd and make them catch? Or C. The students get organized and go out to talk to people? After the Guru gives a Dhamma talk, there are all these potential Buddha to be in the audience. The Dharma Center's members and committee should organize to pass out contacts and information to the audience, go up to new people and talk to them. From there, we might be able to bring the Dharma to them, or they might be able to help us bring the Dharma to many other people. Educating others on protocol. If we are in a Dharma center, we should understand the protocol. Committee members should write it all down in a simple instruction booklet or post it on their bulletin boards and websites. This is very basic information for every Dharma center that can be distributed for all members to have something to read and refer to. For example, within a Tibetan Buddhist center, explanations on protocol could include aspects such as what a kata is, what an altar is, how we greet the Guru, how we prostrate, what refuge is, how we ask for refuge, what the purpose of the Dharma center is, how we should dress, how to keep Dharma books, how we keep the place clean, etc. We should educate the people who come to our center. The secret behind success is educating people and letting people know what should be done and what we need to do. The committee can do that. I never said any of the committee has to raise 500,000. I said try to raise whatever you can and the money will come. But I wish to advise committee members of Dharma centers and even people who have not been selected for committees, but who are members of the center, that these are things that we can all do right now. Once we accomplish one thing and we see other people reading it and saying that it helps them a lot, we will feel good and happy and know that we have accomplished something. From that one little thing we have accomplished, we can go to the next one and the next one. We begin to accomplish more and more, and that is how we can raise 500,000. It starts somewhere small. We can start to do a lot of things that we do not require money by getting ourselves organized. If Dharma Center committees and members do these little things that provide information to others and get organized, which is all free, more and more people will join and want to help. That is how they do it. And with that, I end the session. And thank you for sharing your time with me. And I'd like to end this with a completion dedication in Tibetan. Chang Chu Sen Chu Rinpoche, Ma Ge Pa Nam Ge Yushi, Ge Pa Nam Pa Me Pa Yang, Goni Gondo Pe Wa Shu, Toni Do Rinpoche, Ma Ge Pa Nam Ge Yushi, Ge Pa Nam Pa Me Pa Yang, Goni Gondo Pe Wa Shu, Daso Juni Sapa Ge Wadi, Tatan Dro Wa Go Na Ka Padang, Jepa Jesu No San Trapai, Tamping In Porin Du Sa Se Sho, Ge Wa Kuntu Yanda La Madan, Drami Chuki Pala No Choching, Sadam Nangi Yote Razone, Doji Changi Ngopanga Tuso, Ge wadi yududa lama sangye droyone dro achike malupa de isala gopasho choki ka posunga pa chosuna pa pe wala ge kisama si wadang tungki malu sangwasho dadam sange dosunda dre wasongi latene ge walo santrapai tampa yuriba gyushi ni modele sendele ni migunyandale shin ni sentatu dale pa koncho sungi jingilo koncho sungi ngodruso koncho sungi trasi sho Jesu nama kusen rap ting ching nam country ni chochu ke padang lo sam tempe dome sapsungi droe musa tatu ni giushi gangwe rawi ko we shin kam den ben nan dewa malu gyo ne chenren se one ten sing get so yi shape shi de baru den giushi home don't pay ngodro malu pa den dala sel du so go dan den pa long shot na ke pa so shik shuk den sel. Thank you again for joining me for this session, and I do hope that you will join me for my next session. Thank you.